Developers, we are back with the installation of Vagrant. It has downloaded and we are ready to move on to the next step. Um, so, what is that next step, Abe?
So it looks like there were some error messages which we cleared. In basically the apt-get install.y.npm was not the correct command, but essentially in Linux you can do apt-get install and install particular packages. That was not the right syntax, but that's fine. Now that we installed Vagrant, we can actually open up the virtual machine and go into it.
So, what's the command for that?
I wanted to show you guys the VirtualBox and see how it works under the hood a little bit, so you guys can have a mental picture of what's going on. So go ahead and open a VirtualBox from your applications. So here you can see that sherpa.chat, the default, is running. When you did a Vagrant up, basically it downloaded the image and it ran those files, and it was able to bring up the installation of Ubuntu, essentially Ubuntu 64.
Yep,
Yeah.
this guy.
So if you want to connect to it from the terminal, and we'll go back to the terminal,
All right.
and you do vagrant space sh, it's gonna open up a shell.
And I have to do this within the same directory that the Vagrant file is located?
Yes. All right. So it looks like what's going on here? Oh, sorry. It's vagrant ssh.
Okay.
And now it's connecting to the Vagrant installation. You have access to it, and if you go back to the virtual machine, you can see that port 5000 will be open in the settings. So you go click on settings for that particular instance, and you go into networks.
Yep.
And then you go into advanced and port forwarding.
Yep.
Within the particular file, it opened port 5000 and port 8080 on that particular instance, and that was a result of the file, the Vagrant file.
Awesome.
All right, so now we can go into the Vagrant directory in the shell and find that location where the files were synced.
So we want to go ls.
So if you look at the particular file on the right hand side on the Vagrant, and we go to the top of the file, you're gonna see that we put everything that was in the particular directory. The current directory is going to go to /var/www/project. So on the terminal, we're gonna go to that directory and see if the files are there. We added extra character at the end, and we need to cd into it.
Oh.
See, copy and paste. Sometimes that doesn't makes it slower.
Copy paste is not your friend, developers.
All right, and now we type in ls, see if the files are there, and sure enough,
And they're all there.
Cool. Now we can start the particular file that we're interested in load testing. The file in this case it's called server.js. We can run node.
Do you need to install, or it looks like our node modules were automatically pulled over?
I did some tinkering, so it looks, since it pulled all the files that are being synced, then they get pulled over. I think best practices would be situation dictates, but in this instance it works well.
Awesome.
Because you can be modifying the file and be load testing and making changes.
Awesome.
There's going to be some performance hits on the syncing folder versus rsyncing, which is a copying. So just be aware of that. All right, so let's go ahead and run the server, see if it's running or if we need more dependencies.
So I'm going to run node server.js?
Correct.
All right.
So it looks like node was not installed. So we need to install it. We do sudo. Actually, no, my mistake. Since we're running Linux, Node is not called Node. Like in Mac, they renamed it to Node.js. So you need to be able to run it with Node.js space server.js.
Oh, okay. Node.js, server.js, just like that.
Correct.
All right.
So in this instance, the package, the node modules, it looks like it's missing Express, so you need to do npm install Express, but I don't think npm is installed.
Let's check.
We can give it a try.
That is correct.
So let's go ahead and try installing npm quickly with a sudo apt-get space install npm. Hopefully that's the correct command. Press yes. We're gonna have to revisit why on the right hand side the npm module or the npm command was not installed.
Yeah.
So we'll revisit this and give you guys more feedback. But after that's installed, you can do npm install, and it will download all the packages, and from there you can run your server. Another route would have been like before you did the Vagrant up, or from your local directory, you could have done npm install, and it would have installed all the packages. And that would have been the different route. So, but I like showing this way just because at the end of the day, we want to be able to have all these packages pre-installed with one command. That way, if you give it to another developer who's looking at this for the first time, they can run one command and not have to worry about that.
They can get set up really quickly.
Yeah, and that's it. So let's
wait a couple more moments. All right. So now that npm is installed, we do npm install.
Correct.
And this will update all of our packages within our project.
Yep. So right now we're looking to package.json and getting all the files and putting them under the folder node_modules. And hopefully this time around it will work. And if it doesn't, then I'm out of ideas.
So Abe, as we're waiting, how did you find out about Vagrant, and what was your thought process on why you wanted to go with this over some other virtual machines?
So initially, using a virtual machine, we had a hardware like a bare metal virtual machine running Ubuntu, and that was fine. But not a lot of people. I understood like not a lot of people have the extra hardware lying around, and the obvious next time candidate will be EC2 or Amazon Cloud or even a droplet in the cloud. But as a developer, you don't want to create a new account just so you can look at somebody else's code and test it. So Vagrant provides that solution, the middle ground. It creates a virtual machine locally that you can test, and you don't have to worry about the internet speed. You don't have to worry about opening up a new account.
Yeah.
And I think it simplifies a lot of things. And that's why.
All right, so now it looks like npm has finished installing all of our packages. So now we're going to run our server again and see what we get. So Node.js for the Ubuntu version of Node, and server.js is the file that we want to start up. Looks like we need
Mongo too, since we're running in Mongo instance. See, that one you can do apt-get install. Sudo apt-get install. And install is called in Mongo server -server. Enter. I think that's the name for it. Try it just with Mongo, and it'll give you the correct package that you need. Let's try a sudo apt-get update. So we can just make sure that we have all the repositories. All right, so let's try sudo apt-get install MongoDB. Yeah, let's try that, and then yes, that's installing our dependencies. Once again, we let it download. And here is just downloading like MongoDB server and all the dependencies for it. In the back end, we're going to be running a database, and for that, it needs to be running the database locally. So that's another reason that we want to be able to put it in a virtual machine. That way, we can have a clean database every time that we start the instance. That way, we can simulate our particular scenario.
Awesome. And it seems like this is creating a really lightweight OS for us, since we don't have any baggage from whatever is on our development machine. Seems like a pretty good solution.
Yeah, so Docker would actually not be this, but like Docker will be super lightweight. This is like the middle ground between having an actual machine. Well, this is actually a virtual machine, except you don't have to install it yourself.
So now that Mongo's installed,
now we can run that, yeah.
Run on a server again.
Hopefully it works this time around. If this one, all right. So now it's connected and it's working. Now from our local machine, we can open up the browser and see if we can connect to localhost 5000 and see if it's running that particular server. And sure enough, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a really good tutorial on how to set up a Vagrant virtual machine and work through some bugs and get it all working.
There it is.
Thanks, Abe.
No problem. Anytime.